So for today's video, I thought I would teach y'all to play an art game. It's sort of like art Mad Libs because you don't exactly know what you're going to get, but we're going to create something really fantastic out of it. So materials you're going to need for this particular game. You will need something like note cards or paper or something you can cut into pieces. You can use tongue depressors, popsicle sticks, clothespins, whatever you want, but we want to make sure we can designate shapes, and we'll talk about that in a sec. You'll need something to draw with. I'm using a blue Sharpie this morning because that's what I picked up. You can use a pencil if you want to erase. I can't erase mistakes with this, but mistakes in art are actually really great opportunities. So, but if that bothers you, definitely use a pencil with an eraser. Use a different color Sharpie, a marker. You can use paint, anything you want. Don't limit yourself. You're also going to need paper. Now, you don't have to have sketch paper like this. You can. You can use the back of note cards. You can use regular lined school paper. You can use newspaper. You can use the inside of a Coke can. You can use the top of a box or a piece of cardboard. Again, don't limit yourself. This is art. Art is about thinking way beyond, using our imagination, seeing what we can come up with. So you're also going to need a die. If you don't actually have a die, there are instructions on YouTube of how to create a paper one. Maybe we'll do that sometime, but you'll need a die. So those are all the materials you need. So I had all of these leftover 3x5 cards from a presentation my kiddo did. So I'm going to cut them into equal strips. If you've got a 3x5 card, that's every 4 lines, and then it'll be equal. So we're going to use these as our shape sticks. So I'm going to show you what I'm doing. I am going to draw a shape. Now you can do shapes. Lines work too. I'm going to start out with shapes. So this one, I'm going to make a circle. And I like to write the names down too. I have found with my students that if I give them a visual and then something they can read, it's a lot more clear. So that's just a good habit to kind of get into sometimes. So once you've done all of your cards and you've got them all here, you are going to take them, and you can use a cup. You can keep them in a cup if you want, and then you can just randomly draw. I like to use my hands. I just hold it in there. So I'm going to randomly draw. Okay, my first draw is a circle. So I'm going to take one of my note cards, and I'm going to draw the shape. Okay, and now I'm going to roll my dice, see how many I'm going to draw. Oh, I only get one circle, so I'm going to write that down. I'm going to put this one aside, and now I'm going to, I'm not looking. See, if you look at my hand, I can't see what they are. So I'm just pulling, let's pull that one out. What is that? A triangle. So we draw a triangle, and let's see how many of those we're going to get to draw. Ooh, we're going to get to have 4 triangles. Awesome. And this time I'm just going to do 3. You want to do at least 3 shapes. Oval. You can use as many shapes as you want. Absolutely. You can use any shape you want. You don't have to just do the straightforward shapes. 3. If you wanted to do a decahedron, do a decahedron. It's a 10-sided 3-dimensional object. So oval, I'm just using 2 dimensions. You can put cubes in, you can put cylinders, you can do pyramids, whatever you want. So now I've got what shapes I'm drawing and how many of each shape. So 1 circle, 4 triangles, and 3 ovals. So I'm going to take my paper here. Again, use any paper that you have. I'm going to leave this right here so you can see and remember what exactly it is we're drawing. You want to use your imagination. There's no right or wrong thing you can draw with this. So I think I am going to start out, and I'm going to start out with my circle. Nice big circle on my page. And so I'm going to go ahead and cross that out because I've already done my circle. So now I've got 4 triangles and 3 ovals I can use. So I'm going to put an oval inside, and I'm going to do a second oval about the same size right there inside my circle. So I still have 1 oval left I can use. So I'm going to save that. I have 4 triangles. So I'm going to draw 1 triangle here, and I'm going to make it a nice long triangle. And I'm going to do another one here, another nice kind of long triangle. Okay, so I've used 2 of my triangles. I've used 2 of my ovals. I've got 1 more oval left, and I've got 2 more triangles left. I'm just going to kind of go back over it, get them more the same size. Okay, now I think I'm going to use my last 2 triangles, and I'm actually going to do my triangles here in my ovals like this. Shazam. Okay, I've used all of my triangles, and now I've got this one last oval, so I'm going to put my oval here, and I'm going to make it kind of small right there. Awesome. So I've drawn my 1 circle, 4 triangles, and I got my 3 ovals in. And now we can look at what we've drawn. Oh, look at that. Look at that. It kind of looks like a cat that's not so very happy with things. Its ears are way up on its head. There's no right or wrong way. At this point, we've got all shapes in. So what are we going to do now? We can go in and we can color it. We can go in and we can add extra details. We can go in and fix any of the lines, straighten it up, make it a little bit neater. I'm going to actually color in the eyes here. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I'm going to give it, because you know they've got that little place right there. And we're going to have whiskers, because I think this cat needs whiskers. And I'm going to come over here and do a few more whiskers like that. And maybe I'm going to shade in a bit of the ear right there. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do the same thing over here. Right like that. All right. And you can go in and you could add a lot of extra details. Maybe it's a tabby cat. We're going to come in and put all of these in because it's a tabby cat, and I would color those in. So have fun with it. It's a fun drawing game. You can do it anywhere with anybody. And the fun thing is if you play with your friends or your family, you're all going to come out with totally different drawings. Get creative. Draw aliens, draw spaceships, draw animals, draw anything you can think of. It's a fun game. Doesn't take a lot of materials, and it doesn't take a lot of time. So to beat that boredom, keep your brain engaged and keep your imagination going, try out drawing Mad Libs and see how you do.